Thank you to my Australian cheer squad. Good morning. I'm delighted to join you at this fourth blockchain forum in beautiful Shanghai. My name is Sophie Gilder and I have the job of heading up the blockchain team and the artificial intelligence team at the Commonwealth Bank of Australia in our innovation lab. What I'd like to share with you this morning is our journey in terms of commercialising blockchain, which we're only at the start of, but we're feeling very positive about the future. I'd like to share with you two case studies, one in trade finance and one the issuance of the World Bank's bond on our blockchain platform. Firstly, to give you a little bit of context about who we are, Commonwealth Bank of Australia is Australia's largest bank. We have a huge emphasis on innovation. We believe it's an existential imperative, and the approach that we take to innovation is to collaborate. In everything we do, we look for the right partners to build out our technology solutions. We also put humans at the centre of everything that we build. We believe that user experience can be a competitive differentiator, so we focus very heavily on the UX. We undertake experimentation in order to test and learn with the end goal that we will commercialise our findings. And we've developed some deep technical expertise in both blockchain and artificial intelligence. In addition to these nearer term technologies, we also invest in third horizon technologies such as quantum computing to ensure that we are future fit. So our Blockchain Centre of Excellence, which we have established in our Sydney lab, has been undertaking research now for almost 4 years. We have in that time collaborated very widely and undertaken over 20 proof of concepts and pilots, and now have some products which are heading towards production. We have a diverse team, so we have commercial skills. We're able to draw on the experts within the bank who bring legal, technical, compliance and regulatory skills. And we also have our technical team. So we believe it's essential to have engineers who understand the technology very well, not because we will build it all ourselves, but because we want to be able to assess which technology is best for the particular use case that we have in mind. And I mentioned before, we collaborate on everything we do. For every project we have undertaken, we have had external collaborators, whether they be our clients, peer banks, government. We also collaborate very, very closely with Australian regulators. In Australia, the regulators are extremely keen to learn about the application of new technology, and we view them as partners in exploring how technology can make markets and products that we offer much more efficient or safe. So, briefly what we've undertaken since we started back in 2015. We joined the R3 Global Consortium back when there were only 9 members. And the first thing we did was we looked into payments. We developed a fiat-backed token in order to enable delivery versus payment instantly on-chain. Our focus has now shifted to exploring programmable money or making money smart. So at the moment we're exploring how we can add conditionality to payments in order to utilise the flexibility and bespoke nature of blockchain tokens. The areas that I'm going to focus on today are trade and capital markets though. So what I'd like to share with you is our latest offerings which we have brought to market. One, Trade Chain, focusing on trade and supply chain logistics, and Project Bondi, which we undertook with the World Bank. So firstly, to share with you Trade Chain. Trade finance is a huge focus for the Australian economy. Our economy is incredibly dependent on trade, and particularly so on the Australia-China corridor. But it's not a perfect system, as you're all very aware. Trade today operates somewhat similarly to the way it was operated for thousands of years. So our approach here is not just to digitise the process, get rid of manual processes and share the information across the supply chain, but it was to bring together the different participants along the supply chain from origin right through to destination to understand the particular benefits that those participants wanted to gain from a shared platform. So we brought together Olam, an agricultural producer, Pacific National, a rail operator, Port of Melbourne, Patrick, the stevedore, and OOCL, a global shipper, in order to trace a shipment of almonds all the way from regional Victoria, across the rail network in Australia, through Port of Melbourne, onto the ship, and all the way to Germany via Singapore. In doing this, we captured the physical layer, so it used the Internet of Things in order to capture location, temperature and moisture of the almonds. And we also captured the documentation layer, all of the different contracts between all of these different entities as the goods moved through the path to their end destination. And in addition to this, we developed new financing products. So the third layer was how could we reimagine how we finance trade. We didn't want to just take bills of lading and old-fashioned methods of financing. We wanted to think about how can we use real-time information and deploy that in a risk-adjusted and more bespoke product for our clients. So I'd like to share a video with you which features the collaborators that we worked with.
Trade is as old as human nature. We've been trading since the beginning of time. What makes trade work is trust. And for the first time with blockchain, all parties can trust each other without requiring intermediaries or costly documentation.
The global trade system has come a long way. But despite its progress, it has yet to take advantage of new technologies that could make trade more efficient, more inclusive, and less costly.
We brought together some bankers, some trade finance experts, and some technical experts. And we tried to understand how the industry works today in terms of getting goods from one place to another.
At the moment, every individual user may have visibility over their own processes, but if someone's trying to track it the whole way through, there are black holes where information might get lost.
We tested the platform where we took some almonds grown in regional Victoria and then we traced them as they went across the rail network, through the Port of Melbourne and then onto the ship all the way to its end destination in Hamburg.
Previously, we had 5 siloed companies working independently. But now, with blockchain and Internet of Things technology, they can work together with visibility over the supply chain from start to finish.
This platform significantly improves the process of getting goods from A to B by increasing transparency, increasing the efficiency and coordination between the different parties.
I think blockchain has the potential to actually disintermediate supply chains,
allowing you to make agile decisions and cost reductions throughout the supply chain.
Our customers will be able to look on the app in real time and see where their product is. It's got temperature and humidity data. This will really be a breakthrough in international trade.
When you practically implement a technology experiment, you have to really understand the perspective of your customers. So it's fantastic for us to get a really inside view as to the issues that they're facing and then to co-create to develop a solution that meets their needs.
To see how CommBank can help you break through in your industry, talk to us today.
So this is an example of how we brought together different parties to try to understand what they needed out of this joint platform. And I think it's been well proven through various experiments that a shared platform which defragments data can improve efficiency, demonstrate provenance, and enhance trust and transparency. The thing that we really got out of this was the different benefits that the different participants were looking for. So, for example, the rail operator liked the fact that they could see when the shipment needed to leave and also when it was going to get into their hands, so they could optimise their asset allocation. For example, they could make sure that all of the trains were full, all the carriages were full. The benefits to OLAP were quite different. They were able to provide their customers with better service by telling them exactly where the shipment was, and also in what condition it was in, so that they knew that the almonds leaving their almond grove in perfect condition were going to arrive all the way to Hamburg about 50 days later in perfect condition. So the next step for us, now that we understand those benefits that they wanted to drive, is how do we incentivise the data sharing between them such that the other participants along the supply chain can benefit from that information. The next project I'd like to share with you is Project Bondi. This is the issuance of a bond on the blockchain capital market solution that Commonwealth Bank developed. Now I'll take you back and give you some context. Back in 2017, we built a blockchain prototype to enhance the issuance of bonds because we felt that the capital markets were not as efficient as they could be. Now, whilst many sophisticated players around the globe raise billions of dollars every year through this market, it's actually not that efficient. Behind the scenes, there are a whole lot of highly paid bankers doing what I call busy work, which is checking facts, calling each other to ensure that they're on the same page. It's certainly not an error-free process, it's actually very manual. Errors creep into the process, and it's also quite opaque. The Australian market, anyway, is dominated by over-the-counter dealing, so it's phone dealing. No one has the complete picture, so we thought there's a better way. We tested our prototype with Queensland Treasury Corporation, and the test was very successful, and World Bank heard about this. So we were mandated by the World Bank in January. And you might be wondering, why does the World Bank want to do this? I'm sure you're familiar with the World Bank, backed by 189 different governments around the world. Their mission is to eradicate world poverty. And they have a really proud history of deploying new technology to act as a catalyst to make markets more efficient. They're interested in blockchain for many reasons, not just capital markets. But if they can enhance the functionality of markets, they can make them operate more efficiently, they can fulfill their objective of eradicating world poverty. So, we worked with them for 8 months to bring this transaction to market, and the aim was really to see if this could be done. Could we address the legal, regulatory, risk, compliance, security aspects of bringing a legally binding bond to market in digital form? We built an end-to-end management process which manages the bond through the life cycle, and we took a very collaborative approach. So we worked extremely closely with the World Bank, but in addition to that, we worked very closely with 7 highly sophisticated wholesale investors in Australia who were the eventual investors when we brought to market the bond and raised 110 million in Australian dollars. So I'd like to share with you a video prepared by the World Bank that explains this transaction.
Technology is transforming the way we live and work. And in the world of finance, we are at the start of a digital revolution. The market for sustainable investing has evolved. But while the industry has become more digital, database technologies for financial products are still a black box. Imagine if we could use technology to provide large-scale financing to fund the projects that make the world a better place, while also making the financial transactions behind those projects more efficient, transparent, and secure. What if we could simplify the investment process and design new market structures that could one day streamline financial transactions in every corner of the globe? What if instead of taking days to complete transactions, we could do it in seconds? What if investors could trade the highest quality investments faster, at a lower cost, and with reduced risk? The revolution has started with the world's first digital bond, Bondi, the first issue of a bond using blockchain technology. Bondi has been issued by the World Bank in Australian dollars on a platform developed by the Commonwealth Bank of Australia. By using a blockchain, instead of registering transactions in a central system with a stored ledger, there is a single verifiable continuous record of information, a resilient distributed asset register, a single source of truth. And as the blockchain is secured, only those with permission can access the records. Participants can securely hold and trade the assets in a matter of seconds. We believe the blockchain technology will shape the future and make markets more efficient. The digital revolution in sustainable finance has begun.
So in terms of what we actually built in collaboration with the World Bank, we built a web application so that investors could be onboarded with simply a username and password. But in addition to that, we introduced a second factor authentication using a YubiKey. So we have traceability down to the individual who implements the transaction. This is a greater level of traceability and auditability than we have in the capital markets today. This wasn't a compliance or a regulatory need for this, but we actually thought we could see that compliance and regulation, the bar is only getting higher. So we decided that because we could, we would trace down to the individual level. We stored the private keys on behalf of the investors in encrypted form, and the World Bank and CBA both contribute to the resilience of this program because we built the full stack in CBA in our Sydney lab, running 2 nodes, and we also replicated this in Washington, DC. So we have a synchronized ledger running across the globe where we can share information between the 2 entities and, of course, deploy smart contracts so that we can automate certain actions between CBA and the World Bank and also the investors. So in terms of the user experience for the platform, we actually tried to make the user experience look very, very familiar to the investors in this market. So we took some standardized documentation that they're familiar with using, turned it into digital format and made it extremely simple for an issuer through just drop-down menus to select the parameters of the bond that they want,